Rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to another episode in the NeoForge series. In today's episode, I'll be showing you how to create your own custom food. Specifically, we're going to be creating our own gapple, such as a golden apple or any apple that gives you an effect. So that's the plan for today's episode. Additionally, the plan for the coming episodes is after this episode we'll be entering the realms of a world generation. Specifically, I'll show you how to create your own tree generation and then potentially how to make your own dimension. And then following up from that video, I'll be showing you how to create your own custom crafting table and then potentially custom energy source for that crafting table, and then I'll also show you how to create the textures from that. And then once we're done with that, then I'll show you how to create your own storage. So that's the plan for the coming weeks, and then after that I'll update you on what's to come next. So to get started, let's head over to our code.init folder, and then we're just going to have a class called foods init. And in here it's going to be we're going to create our food. So we're going to do public static final food properties, and in here we're going to call this a healing apple. And from the name apply, we're going to have the regeneration effect. So in here we're going to have new food properties dot builder, and then we're going to have nutrition, so how many hunger bars it fills. Saturation is, I assume, the amount of how much water saturates, but I'm not sure. But we'll just set that as 0.3 float, and then we're going to have always eats, and then we're going to have effect. So this effect is what the effect that it's going to give you. So it's going to be regeneration, the duration for 200 seconds. The probability of getting is 1, and then means you get it all the time. So you can set it to a low probability so it doesn't happen all the time, but for now we're just going to have it as always guaranteed. And then you want to head over to your item in it, and then in here we're going to have public static deferred item, and in here we're going to have our healing apple. So healing apple, and then it's going to be item of property and the properties of healing apple. And then next you want to head over, you're going to close that now, and then we can head over to our data folder, and in the name we're going to add the name. So just here add item healing apple. Then we can just close this, and then now we head over to our texture. So I already have a texture that I added from one of my old mods in here, and it just looks like its original purpose was to be like a ruby apple. So it's like this. You can edit it, take this, edit here, modify it. This was like originally like the any normal apple, but then what we're planning doing with this healing apple is next week episode I'll show you how to do your own tree generation, and so it drops the healing apple when you cut that tree, and how to place that tree in any other biome. So head over to your mod item state provider, and then just going to do here, and then item.healing apple.get. And then now we want to final thing is we're going to have a recipe. So in the next week's next week's video, I'll get rid of the recipe, because you normally can't create an apple, but because we haven't actually made the trees yet, we want to have it where it's a way where it's accessible. So we're gonna do that now. And in here we're going to do one second, dot shaped, and then we're going this is going to be dot shaped, and this is going to be shaped, and then here we're going to have it like how we do the enchanted golden apple. So an apple, and then we're going to say a golden apple. We're gonna have, well, you can have the recipe any way you want, but that's how I'm going to do it for now. And then so one apple, and then you can actually, instead of doing this, we can have it where you'll just need iron. Let's just make it where we can use our own custom mode. So item init dot example item dot get, and then once you surround it, I'll give you all your items. So then once we've done that, we're pretty much ready to run data generation, and I'll meet you back once everything has loaded. Alright, so our game has loaded. So one additional thing you want to know is that the saturation means that how long before our hunger starts to run out. And always eat means you can no matter what, you can have it. So even if you're like something happens, you can still have eat the item. So if you eat the item now, ignore the armor, and then we do eat it now, you can see that our hunger, we are regenerating for 5 seconds. And so that's pretty much it for the episode. I hope you enjoyed, had a great time, and peace out, and assalamu alaikum.